Howdy partners, it's your old buddy the Reddit writer. Welcome back to the Reddit Ranch. Come in and sit a spell and listen to the mighty fine tales I gotta tell. Today we're gonna start with one from a little lady who's fighting with her hubby over who has the tougher job. Now, here I was thinking that all jobs were tough.
AITA. I made my fiancé storm out of the house because he said my job is easy. I'm a 26-year-old female, and I am a part-time housekeeper. I go to night school to finish my degree. I have a fiancé, Kenny, who is a mechanic. The problem started between us almost recently. I have been asking Kenny to help me with the household chores more. But every time he gives excuses that he is busy or tired all day after dealing with cars. I get his job is a physically demanding job, but so is mine. I clean houses during the day and have to attend my classes in the evening. I only have 1 year left and lately we are thinking about marriage. So, I am working extra hard for that. Kenny doesn't think my job is that hard. He always says I am just weak and lazy that I complain about cleaning houses. We have had multiple fights about it but every time we would resolve it. This week, I asked him if he could clean the kitchen because I have a workload and my exams are near. He refuses because he claims he works more than I do. And just because I am a housekeeper I should do it. He then tried to justify his reply by telling me that if our car broke down, he would fix it because he is a mechanic, so since I am a housekeeper I should do it. I tried many ways to explain how physically demanding my job is. Many people think housekeeping and cleaners or organizers do nothing for society, but the truth is different. We make a house livable. And it takes time and sometimes hours to do so. It is physically and emotionally draining, and not to mention how underappreciative some people can be. But no, the fight just escalated. Lastly, the thing that made me want to throw him out was when he said, "I don't see why you have a problem. My mom had 7 kids and still had a squeaky clean house. You on the other hand are making excuses. It's not like your job is hard. It's just cleaning houses. If you can do it in other places, why not here? Try working as a mechanic." I told him I need space from him, and he stormed out. He and I haven't talked. Did I go too far?
Well ma'am, I do plumb reckon that both of y'all's jobs are plenty tough, so I ain't none too sure if that would be an issue. I mean, I reckon that y'all work similar hours, but what your hubby plumb forgets is that you also have night classes that you attend. As for your hubby, when his day is done, he gets to come home and put his feet up. But when y'all workday is done, you get to get ready for school. So I think your sidewinder of a husband should stop his belly aching and going out of his way to be a cow patty and start chipping in with the household chores, like a real man should. Good luck to y'all. Next we got one from a filly that wants to know if she'd be a cow patty if she just up and left everyone behind.
WIBTA, if I just left and ghosted everyone? I'm 33, my husband and I have been together for 11 years. We never really have had the greatest relationship or marriage. In the beginning, he had an active addiction and very abusive in every sense of the word. Looking back, there were a lot of times where I probably should have left him, but love is blind. After I helped him get clean and sober after one particularly scary experience, we moved in with my family and have been living here since. During the pandemic, my father passed from end-stage colorectal cancer. It hit our family hard, as we only found out a month before his passing. The following summer, I had a miscarriage that I fully believe my husband caused. I caught him looking at CP while I was pregnant and lost the baby not long after. As a result of both losses in my life, in less than a year, I've been in a really dark place mentally ever since. We've separated twice in the past year, and I did threaten to divorce him at the beginning of the year. He told me that he would unalive himself if I ever left him, and that's not something he's ever said before. Not long after I told him about the divorce, my mom made us sign a document saying we were being evicted within 90 days. No particular reason, she just decided one day to kick us out. So, the uncertainty of having a stable home and all of the crap going on in my marriage pushed me a little closer off the edge. Right around the time that we were supposed to be out of the house, my mom hits us with another curveball. She was having back surgery last month and needed all hands on deck around the house. Thing is, I ended up doing a majority of the work, even though there's 3 other adults living here who could have just as easily helped her. I didn't grumble or complain once, but I'm exhausted. There are a ton of other things I could go into detail about in regard to my marriage and living situation, but I'm at the point where I need help. I need mental and physical help. I have a dream of being able to get out and enjoy the beauty of the world around us again and want to relocate by myself to a different state. There's a shelter in the part of the new state that I'm thinking of moving to it because it caters to survivors of domestic abuse. I'm thinking about getting in contact with them and somehow finding a way to get down there, as I'm not currently working due to my mental health and all of the crap going on. Although, I have been applying for jobs every day for a few weeks now, but due to mom's surgery, I've had to turn down a few offers. WIBTA if I just left and ghosted everyone? Of course, I'd leave a generic note saying I was getting some help that I need, but not tell them my location.
Well, ma'am, to begin with, you're right, sometimes love is blind, but it don't have to be stupid. And you're right, y'all should have left that sidewinder a long time ago. As for the rest of y'all's story, it does sound like y'all's being used by one and all. And when y'all's physical or mental health starts being affected, well, let's face it, y'all can't keep others warm by setting yourself on fire. So to answer y'all's question, no, you ain't a cow patty if you ghost everyone. Ah hell, if anything, it's just self-preservation. The next one is from a tenderfoot that has been feeling a mite bit lonesome of late and wants to know if he'd be a cow patty if he doesn't wait for his divorce to be done with and all before he starts looking for a new mare.
WIBTA if I started dating before the divorce is finalized? I am a 35-year-old man, and my soon-to-be ex-wife, Shay, is 29. We have 2 children under 4. We both agreed to get a divorce about a year ago. We are still waiting for the mandatory waiting period to end for the divorce to be finalized in 60 more days. All of the paperwork has been filed and we are amicable. She is letting me be primary residential parent and keep the house. I have been faithful for our entire relationship that has lasted about 10 years. She has not been and will probably marry her boyfriend, Rob, who's 65, by the end of the year. Every source I see online says that people should wait until after the divorce to start a new relationship, most even say wait a year. I have been very lonely lately and am the one taking care of the kids most of the time. This is the only romantic relationship that I have ever been in my whole life because I have a difficult time putting myself out there and have a strong fear of rejection. I am not looking to jump back into a new marriage right away, I am still too hurt, but I do desire to be close to someone again. WIBTA if I tried to start dating someone new or should I just suck it up and wait?
Well son, healing takes time. How much time depends on the person. If you feel you're ready, then go for it, but if you do, just make sure you tell your dates the truth, and what y'all is looking for. I mean, it's only fair. The last one is by a young lady that wants to know if she's a cow patty on account that she done kicked her sister, niece, and ma from her home because her niece done kicked her hubby in his, well, spurs. Wow, it makes my parts hurt just thinking about it.
AITA for calling my sister disgusting and banning her, my niece, and my mother from my house? The title absolutely makes me sound like a jerk. I apologize in advance for the novella. Part of this is me venting, but I do want some outside perspective on whether or not I've had too strong of a reaction, especially considering there are kids involved. My husband and I are both 23. My sister is 27 and has 3 kids, my 11-year-old niece, my 7-year-old nephew, and my 1-year-old nephew. My sister broke up with the baby's father and has been struggling some. My mom watches the kids while she works, when the older two aren't in school, and my husband and I have been watching them one day every other weekend. My 11-year-old niece is developing some really bad behaviors that we are trying to offset when we have her by teaching her self-regulation, boundaries, and healthy communication. This past weekend was terrible. My niece was on a level 100 all day and had been mouthing off, etc. My husband took her tablet and calmly told her to go sit on our bed for a timeout. I walked away because I needed a breather, but then I heard my husband yelp. He was red in the face and hunched over, and I could immediately tell that she had hit him between his legs, apparently badly enough that he went outside and threw up a short time later. Sorry for the gross detail, but it emphasizes why I'm so upset. Things calmed down. When my sister came to get them, I was fixing dinner, the older two were watching a movie, and my husband was holding the baby with an ice pack in his lap. My sister came and I pulled her into the kitchen and told her what happened. I told her that unless my niece's behavior improves, she can't come over, but we could still watch my nephews. Her first response was a snide. She would never do something like that, to which I responded that I had witnessed it. This is where I really got mad. When she couldn't come up with another excuse, she said, "I don't like how he is drawing attention to his private area. That's very inappropriate around kids," referring to the damn ice pack. Before I lost it, I said she was disgusting and that she needed to get her kids' things and leave, which thankfully she did. But then a short time later our mother calls me fuming, saying I'm being an and overreacting. I told her that for as long as she keeps that opinion before even hearing our side, then she's not welcomed either. I said we can all have a discussion about boundaries and expectations, but until then, don't contact us, especially to ask for help. I really don't think so, but AITA.
Wow, ma'am, did y'all hear that sonic boom? It was the sound of every guy on earth slamming their knees together at the same time. To answer y'all's question though, nah, I reckon you ain't a cow patty, y'all's sister ma, and yes, even y'all's niece would definitely be cow patties though. Especially y'all's sister. I mean, it's not y'all's job to teach your niece nothing, it's her ma's job, and well shoot, I reckon she ain't being doing that. All she taught y'all's niece thus far, I reckon, is that it's okay to disrespect people and even assault them. And well, that's just nuts. Pardon ma'am, y'all reckon that was too soon. Well, I plumb reckon that's all the time we got today, but if y'all like this here video, then please, hit like and subscribe, it'll really make this old cowpoke smile. And if y'all got anything to say, then feel free to tell me what's on your mind down in the comments. Until y'all come back to the Reddit Ranch. Adios.